Good morning. Today we are going to be factoring trinomials when a is equal to 1. This is TEKS Algebra 10E, which says factor, if possible, trinomials with real factors in this form. So we're actually going to start off pretty quickly. We're going to do a few questions where a is 1 on all of them. So the pattern for every single one of these is we're going to make a table, whether in your mind or whether on paper. It's going to be factors of AC, but they have to add up to B. So when we said we're in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, we have a, b, c. So the two numbers we choose have to multiply to 20, but they have to add together to give me 9. So we can talk about all the factors unless you see them right away. We have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Which one of these pairs they have to multiply to positive 20 but add to positive 9? My answers are 4 and 5. Which means if I'm factoring this trinomial, I have x plus 4 and x plus 5. Our second one we have an ABC. And because a is 1, we're going to do factors of a times c. So it's going to be factors of -6. They have to multiply to -6, but they have to add together to give me 1. So it has to be a -6, but I tend to write down my positive factors. But I know that one of them has to be a negative. So which one of these can be negative so that the numbers add together to give me a positive 1? Well, that would be -2 and 3 because these add together to give me a positive 1. So my factors would be x minus 2, x plus 3. Couple more questions. So this first one right here, factors of -6. So they have to multiply to give me -6. That's the C value right here. But they have to add together to give me -5. So which two numbers multiply to give me 6 but add to 5? If you already see them, great. If not, we're going to write down all of our factors. 1 and 6 multiply to 6, and 2 and 3. Now again, this is a -6, which means one of the numbers has to be negative. Well, which one can be negative so that I get a -5? 1 minus 6 is the only way to get -5. I know in our minds we saw 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 add up to give me 5, but I wanted a -5, and I also had to multiply to give me a -6. So the 2 and the 3 were not going to work, so my factors are going to be x plus 1, x minus 6. And the last question for the day on this, okay? These numbers, our factors, have to multiply to 14, but add to give me -9. So all of my factors in 14 are 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Now it's a positive 14, but it's a -9. So how can we multiply to get a positive? Well, either 2 positives or 2 negatives. Well, I want these two numbers to add up to -9, which means they're both going to be negative, because these two numbers multiply to positive 14, but if I add them together, they give me -9. So my factors would be x minus 2 and x minus 7. Now, hopefully this video helped you guys with factoring. Again, these are when a is 1. I will be posting another video when a is not equal to 1 that you can go ahead and find and watch that one if you need more questions. Thank you and have a great day.